there's only certain things I'm used to. Like even like when I plug in like the other day I was driving at night, so I had to switch it to the different view so it wasn't like glaring at me. It could be a little distracting, but overall it's helpful. I try and set it up beforehand because I'm not that handy with everything, so I just pick one and then I go. The only thing I play with on here is if I'm doing the radio stations or if I'm doing Pandora. Pandora you can do on the screen.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool. So if I wanted to do that.
I feel really confident that I could do a lot of the things, you know, on the dash. There's some things that, like he said earlier, that we just don't use. So of course I'm going to stumble with those a little bit, but I'm pretty confident with, you know, most of the features.
I think it took you a while to actually learn the steering wheel console buttons, those controls at first.
Well, just because I'm driving and I'm trying to explore while I'm driving, and that's probably not a good idea. And I thought, you know, that's another point too. Like I thought I was going to be really distracted with like the big screen and like the stuff on the dash and everything, but really, like I'd say for like the first couple times I drove the car, it was kind of like, wow, I have a computer in my car, and that's distracting. But after that, I just got used to it.
It has the sync system. First of all, we wanted the sync system. Oh, okay. Everything, this is like, it drives me a little crazy. Everything seems like you touch it just the little smallest bit and it goes. Like I'm always hitting this and having the back windshield wipers on. I don't know what I do with my hands, but I'm always, okay, there you go. Are they off? So it seems like this whole dashboard was a lot for me to get used to. Some things I wouldn't try. And then, you know, my husband was kind of on my back, like, you know, we paid for all this. You know, we have to, you know, use it. Because even, you know, I kind of, when we got back from Florida, I knew we had to make an appointment. And I kind of, you know, put it off. And, you know, I said, we're paying for this. So, yeah, I guess I was a little slow jumping on the bandwagon. But no, I feel much more comfortable. And I do know that I have to learn more. But I feel like I know a lot more since we bought it in the end of February, March.
What I kind of did is, like, for the first like month I had the car, like after I got out of work, I'd sit in my car in the parking lot for maybe 10 minutes and just kind of play around with it. And that was, you know, how I figured out how to, you know, sync it up with Pandora on my phone and whatever. I don't, you know, I flipped through the manual, I guess, but most of it I kind of figured out on my own. It's more or less intuitive, like I said. Sometimes some of it, you know, takes some poking around, but I guess, you know, if you're used to playing with technology all day, you know, just clicking buttons and options and settings, you eventually kind of find things.
And the way that the entertainment works is I have an app on my phone, the Entune, which...
You can pull over if you need to.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
It's actually pretty easy. All I have to do is just hit the app button. I turn on Entune, and then it hooks up to the car via Bluetooth. And then I can turn on Pandora and things like that. I can also switch it from here.
Did you learn it just while you were driving, or did you actually sit down with the car and figure it out?
Most of it, just me figuring it out. The only thing that I had to look up was to download the app on my phone, like what the name of the app was, and like setting up the account and attaching it to the car. It's the only thing I really needed like directions for, because you can't really figure that out on your own.